So if you've ever woken up just totally exhausted, feeling like you're endlessly trading hours for dollars and just hoping that maybe eventually you'll finally catch up, well, you are definitely not alone in that. Today, we're diving into a really powerful explainer covering a silent law that shapes the lives of millions. It's called the Law of Leverage and the Art of Multiplication. We're going to map out exactly how to move beyond that exhausting linear grind into a strategy that's actually sustainable.
Right out of the gate, the source material hits us with this brutal truth. The richest men don't work harder, they use force multipliers. Now, in a culture that constantly hypes up the endless grind, that is a really tough pill to swallow, right? But the reality highlighted here is that simply trading your physical hours for a paycheck is a trap. Most people, unfortunately, never learn the difference between just extending their effort and actually multiplying it. So we're going to break down exactly what a force multiplier is and how you can use it to completely change your trajectory.
And this brings us to a really crucial limitation. You simply cannot outwork a lack of leverage. Not forever anyway. Picture a person working 14-hour days with absolutely zero leverage. They might look incredibly disciplined. Actually, they probably are the hardest worker in the room. But eventually, physics and biology are going to win. Exhaustion catches up to you, age catches up. Your physical time and your daily energy are strictly finite resources. There's a hard biological ceiling to what human muscles and pure willpower can achieve on their own. Notice the stark contrast here between two totally different approaches to work. On one side, we've got the laborer. He's pushing a massive boulder up a hill, using nothing but his own back. His income is chained entirely to his physical body. If he stops pushing, well, the boulder rolls right back down. But on the other side, we have the multiplier. Instead of breaking his back pushing that boulder, he steps back and builds a machine to move it for him. By using systems, skills, and strategic thinking, his impact expands without requiring a proportional increase in physical sweat. That calm, strategic momentum, that's exactly what we are aiming to understand today. But to make that shift, we first kind of have to redefine what leverage actually is. A lot of times when people hear the word leverage, their minds immediately jump to Wall Street greed, manipulation, or just crushing corporate debt. But our source frames it completely neutrally. It's simply a tool. Think of it like fire. Fire isn't inherently evil or good, right? It can cook your food and warm your house, or it can burn the whole thing down to the ground. When used correctly and with a healthy amount of respect, leverage becomes one of the most powerful force multipliers to provide for, protect, and build a truly meaningful life. What's really fascinating is how simple the core definition actually is. Leverage is just using resources beyond your own labor to increase your results. Instead of relying solely on your own two hands and the limited 24 hours you get each day, you utilize external tools that dramatically expand your output. It's the ultimate pivot, really. You're moving from relying entirely on your physical time to utilizing strategic assets. The source actually breaks this down into 4 distinct forms of leverage. You can leverage money, putting it into assets that grow while you're busy doing other things. You can leverage technology, writing software, building automated systems, or maybe creating a video explainer that reaches millions while you're literally fast asleep. You can leverage people by building a trusted team and aligning their skills toward a common goal. And of course, you can leverage knowledge by applying highly specialized skills. The average person really only ever uses their own labor, but the truly wise individual, they figure out how to weave together and combine all 4 of these multipliers. Let's look at a highly practical example of the limits of labor. Say you make $30 an hour. At that rate, your income is quite literally chained to your physical body being present at a specific place. If you get sick, if you want to take a vacation, or if you simply need to take a break, that income stops immediately. It's a one-to-one trade. But if you invest in an asset that earns while you sleep, or you build a tech system, you break that chain entirely. And breaking that chain means your earning potential is no longer restricted by your biological need to rest. But here's where the source takes a truly fascinating turn. You see, leverage isn't just about external tools like money or code or hiring employees. It's also deeply internal. We have to look at the psychology of discipline. The text notes that traits like emotional control and disciplined focus are absolutely vital. Why? Because leverage naturally amplifies whatever you already are. Without a disciplined mind and emotional control, giving someone leverage, it's literally like handing the keys of a ridiculous sports car to someone who doesn't even know how to drive. It doesn't get them to their destination faster. It just becomes incredibly dangerous. And this internal discipline perfectly contrasts with our modern struggles, doesn't it? We are constantly trained for instant gratification, fast food, fast entertainment, fast dopamine. In a lot of ways, we are just addicted to comfort. But leverage rewards the exact opposite mindset: strategic suffering and delayed gratification. Just like a farmer who has to carefully plant seeds and wait months before he can ever hope to see a harvest, the disciplined mind willingly sacrifices that immediate comfort right now in order to multiply their results massively later. Which brings us to a really fascinating perspective on debt. The author states, debt is leverage, and debt can either build your future or enslave it. They point out that taking out a mortgage on a cash-flowing rental property can quietly build immense generational wealth. That's positive leverage. But financing a luxury lifestyle just to impress strangers you don't even really like, that absolutely destroys your freedom. Our culture constantly pushes consumption disguised as success, but terrible, undisciplined debt simply enslaves you to your own impulses. So what is the ultimate goal here? Well, real wealth is about having margin, breathing room, the freedom from quiet desperation. Drawing on historical Catholic wisdom, the source actually warns against a disordered attachment to possessions. Look, owning nice things isn't inherently bad, but the danger starts when those things begin to own you, when you're constantly stressed just trying to maintain the facade. True leverage gives you the ability to make clear decisions without panic and to honorably fulfill your responsibilities. Okay, let's make this super practical. We're going to look at a scenario the source outlines called the Tale of Two Men. This is a 10-year timeline comparing two distinct paths of managing resources, and it perfectly illustrates the invisible yet entirely unstoppable power of compounding momentum. Let's walk through this together. In year one, the first man spends every single dollar he makes. He upgrades his gadgets, buys a flashy new car, loads up on subscriptions. The second man, however, lives below his means, studies valuable skills, and starts buying assets. Now at year one, they actually look pretty much exactly the same to the outside world. But jump to year 5. The spender is still sprinting on the treadmill just to survive the month. The investor, though, he's gaining this invisible momentum. His assets are quietly starting to work for him. By year 10, the contrast is absolutely staggering. The spender appears successful but owns very little, while the investor, whose leverage has been compounding quietly in the background all this time, achieves exponential freedom. And this brings us to a really elevated concept from the text: stewardship and legacy. We're moving way beyond just personal financial gain here. The author emphasizes that the real purpose of leverage isn't merely to get rich so you can feed your ego. It's to become deeply effective. It's about building a legacy rooted in truth and finding ways to serve others at a much higher, much more impactful level. To put it simply, stewardship means understanding that resources are entrusted to you, not worshipped by you. It is the ultimate antidote to greed. A grounded, faithful individual uses their leverage to create real stability, generosity, and genuine opportunity for their community and their family. They use the force multipliers we've been talking about to build a life, not just some fragile kingdom for their own vanity. Now, the really beautiful thing about all of this is that you do not need to start rich to begin using leverage today. The source provides several tactical steps you can take right now. First up, leverage knowledge by reading. Imagine downloading 30 years of someone else's trial, error, and hard-earned wisdom into your own brain over a single weekend, just by picking up a book. That is an incredible, almost unfair multiplier for your mind. Second, leverage time by eliminating distractions. We live in an era where attention spans are completely collapsing. Simply turning off your phone notifications and focusing deeply on one complex task for 2 uninterrupted hours, that is a massive competitive advantage. Reclaim your focus, and you literally reclaim your time. Third, leverage relationships. Let's be honest with ourselves. You do not have enough time on this earth to make every terrible mistake yourself. By surrounding yourself with credible, wise people and learning from their experiences, you dramatically scale your own capabilities. You get to completely skip the painful pitfalls that they've already survived. And fourth, leverage discipline by mastering impulses. Remember, small multipliers create massive outcomes over time. It's not about some dramatic overnight transformation. It's about daily alignment. Mastering those small, everyday impulses, whether it's skipping that random online impulse purchase or choosing to work out when you're feeling tired, that compounds quietly into massive life advantages. Perhaps the most overlooked form of leverage of all is the scaling of character. A trustworthy reputation unlocks doors and gains opportunities that are completely unavailable to dishonest people. People naturally want to invest their time and money in those they deeply trust. The author illustrates this universal law by pointing to historical religious parables, like the multiplying of talents, to show how integrity scales, truth compounds, and your positive influence multiplies across generations. Which leaves us with a final, lingering question to think about. Are you just trading effort, or are you multiplying impact? Your physical labor alone will always have limits, but wisdom, multiplied through leverage, can transform an entire future. So take a moment today to look at your daily routines, your finances, and your focus, and ask yourself how you can step away from pushing that boulder and start building the machine. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to start finding your multipliers today.